completing 38 years. Yesterday I come to know about that. So many congratulations for the branch.
Thank you, sir.
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah, and also many wishes for you on the International Small and Medium Practitioners Day. So friends, today I'm fortunate that I have opportunity to talk to you on this occasion on practice management topic. So I welcome all of the participants, and I hope it will be a really good knowledge sharing session. I'm just sharing my knowledge over here, my experiences. It will be all practical based, like whatever, like even case studies and stuff we will going to include. So today's main theme I will be concentrating on is, see, when many of times we have observed that we are doing a lot of stuffs or lot of tasks more than once, but our goal today is to make it in a process or system by technology, so that you can do it only once and then forget about it. It will be on the automation way, right? So the today's motto is, if you are doing it more than once, you are doing it in a wrong way. So we'll try to automate our workflows, right? So today's motto is all about that. So, friends, first think about our today's practice. If you are in practice, you must have observed that 100% of your time is mainly allocated to servicing to the clients. Maybe some part may be allocated to acquisition of the clients, setting up the new clients, but you can say that 100% of the time is allocated to client service rendering, right? We are doing only client servicing. And why we don't have time for upscaling our practice, or you know uh, going to the new areas. So this is because of the unstructured workflows we have, right? So these are some examples you can relate to. When I say unstructured workflow, you can see that our old task, maybe it is a team related, our staff related, maybe leave application or some communication with the teams, some client communication, all the strategic business decisions, or even the marketing and emails and newsletter. Everything land in a single inbox. You have one inbox and everything lands in that particular inbox. So you can't concentrate. This is an example of unstructured workflow. Our work files, means Excel file, PDF files, are getting exchanged in email back and forth, not only with the client but within our team as well. So that is another example of unstructured workflow, right? Now these days we have this client and team communications happening on WhatsApp. See, WhatsApp, we have many groups, or many relative friend groups, etc. So it is very the attention hijacker, you can say. An example of, again, unstructured workflow. Next is, as a CA practitioner, we always have unscheduled meetings and calls from clients. Like everyone must have observed that, like, some client come to our office without any appointment. So there is no system. We will cover how to solve each of these in a later part, but I'm just giving you some examples. Also, we have to train our teams on the same task repetitively. Like, we have trained them, but there is no documentation, there is no process. So if they are stuck, they will come again. So I will show you tools for each of these unstructured workflow solutions in the later part of the presentation, right? And see, what happens with this unstructured workflow is our attention is fragmented, right? Leaving only small stretches, means you have only 15-20 minutes of free time where you can think strategically what you can do for scaling up your practice, entering new areas, and many other stuff, right? So this is the problem all of us might be facing nowadays. So you will wonder, why to have structured workflow? What is wrong in this workflow or unstructured workflow? setup, right? So, friends, in today's world, I will give you one. First, let me give you one story about. See, whenever you think about startups like Zomato, Oyo, Amazon, have you seen that they started first offline, like you call them to book a room or book a taxi? They first have the workflow in place. Then the customer came, right? The growth story is only based on structured workflow. And the same is applicable to service industry and mainly CA practice as well. So I will give you one example. When one of the KPO, one of the largest KPO in Gift City is marketing themselves through the clients, saying that they are using the structured workflow and it is easy to manage. See, everyone has the knowledge, everyone has a CA degree, right? So what is the differentiator now? So they are demonstrating that they have the workflow, that is their main marketing strategy. So I'm showing you that small video which they are preaching to clients, and nowhere they demonstrate that they have the big offices or something like that. But the main key they have is the technology they have implemented. So let us see that video. Just a second. Meanwhile, if anyone can confirm that, am I audible? I think I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. Audible.
And also, can you confirm that the video sound is playing at your end perfectly? You can hear the sound of the video, right?
No, sir. Only we can see the picture.
Okay, let me fix this. Is it audible now?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem, no problem. We can leave it. But I'm audible, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you are audible.
Okay, so we will see this video without the audio. That is not, just you can see on their website as well. It's super records, but it is visually appealing as well. So basically, you can see this firm has implemented a web-based tool where client can upload job documents and they can track the status, communicate on the job, and everything. But the reason we're saying that is the example of structured workflow, right? So this is the ideal time allocation for a CA firm proprietor or a partner. It should never be 100% client service rendering. You should only invest 50% of your time in actual client service rendering. Rest 33%, or more than that, you can invest in structuring workflows so that your time in actual client service rendering keeps on less and less, right? And third, third aspect, 17% should be invested in learning and teaching. We will see the examples of each of these in the next slides, but this is the ideal time allocation, right? So what is the examples of structured workflow? So you set up processes. We will see the example in real life, but if there is any process, for example, very simple process, say for example, pen application, right? Permanent account number for income tax. So there are few steps, although it's very simple, but you create a process for it. Income tax return filing, GST return filing, you create a process, right? And break that into various steps so you can track it easily. You can train the staff, right? That is one of the importance of when you implement new technology. You have to train your staff to use it effectively. You can educate your clients on that you are available for a meeting or a call on a scheduled basis only. There cannot be any random calls or meetings, right? You can create the checklist and implement it in your audit processes. You can create automated calculator for your workflow. I will give you one example of the calculator I have created for one of the CF firms here. See, this firm was into mainly into FEMA practices, and they have to consider the residential status of individuals very often, means almost daily. So this is the decision making flow chart. They have to do it every time manually, calculating this thing, whether they are non-resident, resident and ordinary resident, or resident but not ordinary resident, right? So what I have done for them is create one Excel, very simple utility where they can enter the their stay dates for the last 10 years, right? And this is all auto populated, and they have to answer some questions, and this is all created with the simple nested if formulas. So it will keep on asking questions, and then it will give you the status of the residency, right? So based on these inputs, it will ask some questions. The question will change based on the inputs, right? It can give the final answer in just one question, or it can ask many other questions as well, right? See, now there are four questions, but after answering each of these, the status will be there, right? So it's very simple, created with the nested if formulas. So you can create this automated calculator so that the saving of the time is there, right? So when I say structure workflow, I mean implementing system, processes, and technology to achieve minimum time involvement by CA partners and proprietors in client service rendering, right? So what are the better workflow strategies? What you should keep in mind when you are framing the workflow? See, when we do a washing machine run, we do that run when a number of clothes are accumulated, not one piece at a time, right? The same should be implemented for emails and WhatsApp. It should never be instant checking. There should be, various batches of time when you are going to check the emails and WhatsApp, right? Your team communication should never be on email and WhatsApp. That is the biggest thing. Team is the internal part of your organization. You should never communicate on emails and WhatsApp. I will tell you the solution later on, but these are the strategies, right? The files should never be exchanged on email. It should be hosted on Dropbox, Google Drive, or any server you have, right? You should implement CRM or ticketing system to manage your clients and their request, right? There should be role based email addresses even if one person is handling everything. Like you can have, you know income tax at the rate yourform.com, gst at the rate yourform.com, a team at the rate yourform.com, so that if the leave application is there for from the employee, for example, it will land in one particular email only. So you can batch process that. If you are setting for doing income tax work for say 10 clients, you will have all the information in one email id only. So even if one person is handling everything, you should have role based email addresses, right? Not one generic email address where everything is flowing, right? You should use some project management tools like Trello, Asana, etc. We'll see it in detail. See, this is one of the underrated part is information management. We have all the information across all unstructured ways. Like we have physical papers where information is written, some diaries is there, some excel file, some word file where we keep information, right? Various important information. We have also bookmarks. We will see this in detail, but this information management is the main. And like I will be investing 15-20 minutes in information management today. There should be system which emphasis on doing the stuff now. See, this is very important. When we have a proper, for say for example, file naming convention, that we will name our files when we create it. So it should not never be that I will do it 1 month together. It will never happen. If you are not going to spend 30 seconds now, then it's never easy to rename 5,000 files at the month end. So whatever you are going to implement, it should emphasize on doing the stuff now rather than at later stage. See, with this better workflow strategies, you will have more time available with you. So what you will do in those free time, right? So you will either learn new areas or you will teach. See, you can be either of the two positions in your career. If you are a beginner or 5-10 years of experience, you are still learning new areas, etc. Or you are already at a stage when you are starting teaching, right? And what is the benefit of it, we will see. So as a learner, you should upgrade your skills to enter new practice area and render higher level of services, not just the basic services like the compliance and stuff, right? If you are in an experience and you are able to give value to outside, you should create your online presence. You can participate in LinkedIn discussion, you can do answering to Quora questions, you can write blog articles on your own website or a blog platform called medium.com. You can create knowledge sharing videos on YouTube on your expertise. You can even write a book, right? And see, what is the benefit of creating online presence is you will have better client, you will have better opportunities. It will give you returns one day for sure. So what is the benefit of this ideal time allocation between client service rendering, structured workflow creation, and learning or teaching? So you will be relevant in this fast changing technology time. We all know that the technology is changing very fast. We have blockchain and whatnot coming in our way. So we have to be updated. So to be relevant in the next 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, right? We should create our online presence. that will attract new and better professional opportunities, right? And we can charge higher level of fees for the same professional efforts. And we can start thinking deeply, right? And applying our skills at a higher level. And we'll be able to indulge in newer and better professional opportunities, right? So this is the benefit of structured workflow, and which can be possible with the help of processes, systems, and technologies, right? Which we are going to cover in this presentation. See, our institute also has in 2017 introduced digital competency maturity module. It is called DCMM, which evaluates your firm on various parameters and give you a score, and that is your digital competency of your firm, right? In recently, they have also given the implementation guide for each of these parameters. So these are the links to that resource of DCMM. You don't need to write it right now. I will be sharing the presentation in email to the branch, and you can have this presentation, right? So our firm also, our ICA also wants us to be a digital competent firm, a virtual accounting firm, right? So this is the need of the hour, right? So let us now talk about some practicals. So recently, in the last week only,
അത്
okay,
അവിടെ വണ്ടിയും കൊണ്ട് മൂട്ടിട്ടേ അടിക്കാൻ അങ്ങോട്ട് താഴെ വീണ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അങ്ങ് വീണു പോകും. വണ്ടി പോകുമ്പോഴേ വണ്ടി
okay,
നിർത്തിയിട്ടേ അങ്ങനെയൊന്നുമില്ല, ശരിയാണ്. എന്നാലും വിടാൻ പോയി. എന്നിട്ട്
Members, please mute your audio, please. It's disturbing the classes.
yeah. So last week only, we have implemented a better workflow for a multi-partner, multi-location US law firm. See, you must have be aware about mass arrest of protesters for Black Lives Matters. There is a ongoing thing over there, right? So there are mass arrest and there are bulk cases which this firm needs to handle. So no firm is equipped with that much manpower to handle all this unscheduled volume of activity, right? So what they have started is they have some fact sheet which they collect from each of their client who has faced arrest due to protest, right? So they have to fill up the PDF form, scan that form, and upload with other evidence in a Dropbox file request link. So this is a kind of not bad workflow, but it's intermediate workflow, I would say. See, if we are going to handle this as a immature, there is also worst case we can do this in emails, right? We ask for emails with fill of evidences and PDF forms in email, but they have implemented a better part, and that is Dropbox file request link. So Dropbox give you a feature where you can create a link which you can share to various persons, and with that link they can only upload document to a folder. They cannot view any document, right? So they have implemented this semi good, I would say, intermediate workflow. So how I have improved that workflow, I will tell you one by one. So first of all, I have created a Google form with file upload question. In Google form, you have a question with other fact. You can also enable file uploading, and which will be uploaded to a Google Drive. Simple, you can do it. And with each response, it will update a Google Sheet with all the responses. This is the basic feature of Google Forms, right? Now, I have created an add-on, implemented an add-on on Google Form, so that the email, the email will be there of the PDF version of the responses, along with the Google Drive link of the uploaded files. So the email will be there, and what is the benefit of that email? I will tell you one now in the next step. But I have implemented one add-on on Google Form, which is very simple. You can search it and you can implement it. And what it does is, it emails the PDF version of responses, all the fact set which the user has filled up in Google form is emailed, right? So what is the requirement of that PD email? There is one sub process also, we will cover it later on. But with this email, a new ticket in a ticketing tool or CRM, in this case, they were using CRM, is created. Hope you have observed, like sometimes you email to one support for a company, there is auto reply with the ticket number, right? And it can be managed very easily within ticketing tool or CRM, right? In the next step is a retainer agreement for agreement to do this case when for their client is a retainer agreement is automatically emailed from ticketing tool and CRM as soon as the email is generated from the Google form. And with this ticketing tool or CRM, the follow-up visual able to track each status of the each case, allot work to the team member, and monitor each case is very easily done, right? See, one of the sub process is IFTTT, which is one of the powerful tool, automation tool, it triggers some action based on some event, right? If this, then that, it is called if this, then that. So as soon as there is this email, the response PDF also is saved in the Google Drive. This is the sub process, right? So everything is in the Google Drive. There is a ticketing tool which we can track each case, what is happening in particular case. All the communication will be there, right? So this is the better workflow we have implemented. There is no intervention, and all these steps are taken in one go by the user itself.
Members, please mute your audio.
Yeah, okay.
So Dhawal sir, can you mute all?
Yeah, I am doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not able to figure out how to do it, but it's okay.
Okay, please.
So this is just an example which we have implemented recently. The without the intervention of the law firm, everything happens with minimum intervention, right? So we heard about a lot of stuff about the workflow, right? Email management, getting things done, files management, then you have paperless office, information management, task management, type management. We heard a lot of things about all these, right? So we are going to now see various tools which we can implement to achieve all this, right? So I will be giving some examples of the all these tools which you can use, right? So friends, uh, when we talk about implementing new technologies, we have always some resistance in our side, right? But I will give you one example. Like we all use these office tools, but we never question that why to use this word Excel, because it's new normal. We have normalized this adoption. We never question. We always think that this is the part of the PC itself, right? Uh, and see, we also have some browsers, and we have nowadays these softwares, compliance software we are using. But what we think when implementing this thing is, either it's compulsory, like we have now written filing online, so we implement it because it's compulsory, or everyone else is using, like everyone else is using these softwares, so we also be using that, but we never question it. But whenever we do it something new, then we have, resistance in our mind that whether we should go for it. It's a third party app, but your browser, your this Genius, Computex and Spectrum is third party. You are giving data to them. You never ask questions because everyone is using, right? So while adopting new technology, you should never think like this is very new, very new. No one is using it. If you have that mindset, you will never be able to adopt it until everyone does that, right? So whenever you implement a new tool, what features you should keep in mind when implementing those tools? So first, it should be cloud based. Due to corona, we all understand nowadays what is the importance of cloud based tools. You can access it from anywhere, right? If it is only in your office or in one system, you cannot access across the devices. So that is the one thing you should keep in mind. Yeah. Next is it should sync to multiple devices. Yeah, we are going to discuss is those applications are accessible across devices, from your PC to your mobile or your tablets. It should integrate with other apps. When we talk about that workflow, you see that how Google Forms is talking through IFTT to Google Drive, right? So it should integrate with other apps so you can manage better workflows, right? Your team should be invited to access those tools. There should be team collaborations. We will see this. It should be adaptable to match our need. It should be customized. Those systems should be such that it is customized to match our need, and it can be free of cost or cost effective if you opt to upgrade. Most of these tools are free of cost, but even if you go for an upgrade, it is not that much costly. That should be the ideal productivity tool, right? And it should easily integrate in your workflow. So these things you should keep in mind while deciding upon a new productivity tool, right? So the first aspect, first tools we are going to discuss is about information management. That I told you that I'll be spending 15 minutes at least on this topic because that is most underrated for small and medium practitioners. See, when I say information, you must relate to all of this or some of this. We have some Excel files where the links, passwords, important notes is written. Maybe your PAN card number, your details, or something is written. You can even have a Word file where everything of this what I have talked about in Excel file is saved in as an important information, right? You can have a notepad txt file where you have your to-do list, right? And every time, after a few months you will create a new one, and there is no easy way to track it, like what you have created 5 years back, 5 months back, right? Then you have in your browsers these bookmarks, whatever sites you like, that that is containing useful information that you are going to use in the future. You create a bookmark, right? The problem with the bookmark is, there can be like when I don't have this tool implemented, I have 500 plus bookmarks, but they are not organized. They are just bookmarks, right? So I cannot use it, although I have do a lot of research. When I try to give some information, compile some information on one topic, I cannot easily access like the 100 which are relevant that are not categorized the bookmarks in your browser, right? See, sometimes we email ourselves the important files. Most of them us must have done that. That we email ourselves like the to email ID is the same as the from email ID, so that we can access this that file later. But friends, whatever you have emailed 5 years, 10 years back, you can don't easily access it. It buried down in the pile of emails you might have. It will be there, but it is not easily accessible, right? Then you have your handwritten on paper or diary, you have handwritten notes of important information. And you can also have some information which you do a star in your email, that this information is important. And last and most important is something is always kept in your mind. It is not externalized to any system. And all this information is very important, but it don't create some value to you because it is not properly externalized to a system and organized, right? So what is the solution? There is one app called Evernote, and there are substitute to Evernote as well. You have OneNote from Microsoft, as well as you have, I think, Google Keep, which can solve the same purpose, right? And let us show the what is exactly Evernote. Okay, before that, let me take 1 minute break here. I will be back in a minute. Sorry for that. Okay, I'm back. Let me check the chats. Okay, so let us recontinue. Let me give you what is in the Evernote. I'm audible, right? Yes, I
It's
think.
audible, sir. Yeah.
Yes. So let us go to Evernote and see what exactly Evernote is. See, Evernote is just a second. Yeah. See, Evernote gives you a virtual notebooks. You have physical notebooks, but here you have a virtual or a soft copy of notebooks. And each notebooks can be added any number of notes. Notes is nothing but a page. You can visualize it as a page. So, like this double demonstration has 8 notes in it, right? See, these are 8 notes I have created within this notebook. So let us create a new note. A note is nothing but a page, I told you, right? Which can have a title, right? And this is the title of the note I have given. The notebook by default I have chosen as double demonstration. I can choose any of the notebooks I have, right? This is my demonstration account. In my actual account, you will not believe, but I have 6,000 plus notes. Everything that I have as an information, it can be personal, it can be professional, is in Evernote, properly organized, so that I can quickly, you know, like, see, I'll give you an example about my personal. See, when I have to order a shoe, I don't go to my email and search for my old orders. I just have notes that if I have to order this, then my size is this. From this, the size is this. So you can see the automation. You know, you don't have to spend at least 10 minutes deciding what size you should order. This is an example of personal information you can keep. So let us go back to the new note I'm going to create. I'm going to create in the notebook the whole demonstration only. Then I can add tags. Tags are metadata which can add more value when you do a search. So this is kind of personal, I can say. I given you a tag. Okay, this is a shared notebook, so I cannot create new tags. So let us change the notebook itself, or we can remove, you can forget about the tag for the time being. Or what I can do is, you know, I can change the notebook to my any of the unsaid, you know, these are the said notebook from my main account for demonstration. So let us create in research, you know. So I given the title, I given the tags, so for better reach, and then I can write, you know, like you can write something, you can give a link to this, any links you can write. You can have a numbered list like this. You can even have a checkbox, and you can have many things, like just like your Word or Excel thing, right? All this. And see, now you will wonder that, okay, this is the simple tool where you can have all the information manually written, right? So what is so great about Evernote, right? So I will tell you that. See, this is one simple example I have given you how you can input on new notes in Evernote. And from your mobile devices also you can, this is the screenshot of my mobile device. In that also you can add the new text note, camera, handwriting, attachment, audio, or reminder, right? So what is other input ways where you can easily compile information on Evernote? So I will give you examples of that now. See, one of the powerful tool I use is Evernote Web Clipper. And what is that? Let us see. See, I am browsing internet. I'm browsing internet now, right? And I'm searching about GST. And I found one new article which is kind of good, right? So instead of bookmarking this, I can clip this article to my Evernote, you know. I can clip this article through this Chrome extension I have installed, which is called Web Clipper. With this Web Clipper, you can see all the advertising and another unnecessary items are gone, and just simple article of GST is I can clip. I can also clip full page if I want the headers and footers and stuff. I can only give the link to this article in Evernote, but my favorite is always simplified article. So I can clip this. I can, this is my main account. So you can see many notebooks over here, but I can select the notebook from here. I can add tag, I can add a remark, and I can just click save clip, and it will be in my Evernote. So this powerful tool I always use in my Evernote. This is the web version of Evernote I'm opening. So you can see that uh, these are my main account with 6,000 plus thing. But you can see this article is now in my Evernote very nicely, you know. So this is one of the thing, rather than bookmarking it, you can clip it with web clipper. You can use, you know, if this then that, which we are going to see some of this application with Evernote, that some trigger or some action will you know, do another action automatically, the automation thing. You can scan thing into Evernote with this scannable app, and lot of stuff, you know, you can do. One another thing you can do is, you know, with every account you have one email address. If you email to this email address any email, it will automatically come to this Evernote, right? So you can email into Evernote, you can web clip it, you can take a photograph from your mobile devices. So the benefit of Evernote is, you know, in many ways you can compile things into Evernote, and that is the beauty. So when I say about IFTT, I will show you some of the apps I am using through IFTT for automation. But what IFTT do is, you know, it help your apps to communicate with each other, you know. It helps to work together, those apps. We will see examples. And there are a number of ready to use applets. They call it applets, which are nothing but the rules to automate the process, right? And for example, to save a receipt to Evernote, just traditionally you have to open camera, take a photo, go to gallery, and save this photo to Evernote. These are the semi automated process. But with IFTT, you can always say that whenever I do a photo click, it automatically saves to Evernote. We will see that applet. Other example of the applet is, you know, when you star an email in your email inbox, it automatically saved to Evernote. There is an applet in IFTT for that. You just have to connect Gmail and Evernote, and it will do the automation for you. One another example is, you know, your whole new iOS contacts, or it can be done for Android as well, is saved to a Google spreadsheet, which you can access from your PC easily, right? And the most powerful applet I'm using is add to an Evernote in Evernote, and I will show you how I'm using it. So this is my main screen on my mobile. So when I'm doing anything, when I'm traveling or something, and I some idea can come to in my mind, I just click this quickly create a note, and what it do is it give me this window where I can write anything and just click this button, and it will be saved in one Evernote, right? Which I can later on compile for my you know, whatever video creation, book writing, or anything I am doing, right? So in one Evernote with date and time step, this information will be saved. It will be called something like ideas on the go. In that note, everything will be like I do it 100 times in a day. It will be saved in one Evernote, right? So this I'm using this applet. This is through IFTTT. This applet has been enabled through IFTTT, right? See, IFTTT has dozens of applets, but what I am using, I have done the screenshot, and for your example, what automation can be achieved. So my iPhone device and Google account is first is, you know, connected, and then I enabled this applet. So whatever new context I save in my iOS device is automatically exported to a Google spreadsheet. Next is, you can see whenever I take a screenshot, it must be something important. So I connected my iPhone and Dropbox. So whenever a new screenshot is taken in iPhone, IFTTT will save that screenshot in a Dropbox folder, right? So this is automation. Otherwise, I have to do it manually. This save receipt to Evernote, I have told you that you take a picture and it will be automatically saved to Evernote. Starred email, when I star an email in Gmail, it automatically saved in the Evernote as well. You can also do this, whatever iOS photo you take, it will be saved to a Dropbox folder automatically, so you don't have to do a backup manually. These are just some examples. It is not all of the applets that they have, but you can explore, you should implement and try exploring these things. And this last one, my favorite, add to a note in Evernote, right? And this is good if you are having some ideas, you don't want to forget it, you can just click that, write it, and it will be in the Evernote, right? And as I told you, there are many alternatives to Evernote. One is OneNote from Microsoft, and one is Google Keep. But they all have all this Clipper and application and stuff. But Evernote seems to be the leader to me. So it's up to you what you implement, right? So next management tool we have is the task management tool. Okay. So I will give you one example of Trello. You can use any other task management. There are tons of them available, but you should implement some of them. So let us go to my Trello account. This is also again my demo Trello account, not my main Trello account. And what you can do with that? See, this is the board. Various boards you can create. These are boards. This is just a jargon that they are using, but what a board is, you can have various lists, right? You can create various lists, and here I will be giving you an example how you can customize any availability of any software to your workflow. Like here what I have done is what I have done is created a list of like for individual pain process will be different, minor pain process will be different, HUF pain process will be different, and for NRI also the form or something will be different. So the files form itself is attached here. This is the task, you can say. So the form is attached here. I can also add new attachment, I can write comment, I can do a lot of stuff here. I can label it, I can do a lot of stuff within this task. And I have given two instructions. This checklist I have created, like fill the form with black pen, make sure Aadhaar card has birth date. So these are some tasks I have given, right? And what are the documents to collect? So all these documents should be collected. So this is the process I have created in Trello, which my team can use. For pen, they don't have to keep asking me that what form you should use, what information they should collect. So now if I have to do it for a person, like I can copy this for ABC person, right? And I can, do this checklist like, okay, I have done this task, so I can mark this as done. The collection of documents, okay, the passport photo is taken, signature, Aadhaar card, everything is done. And I can also write any comment, right? So this is the one of the use of Trello you can use to create processes, and for each task or each repetitive task, you can copy this and fill up this form, right? Fill up this task. Another use, okay. See, why you are not achieving any newer task or newer goals you might have is, the goals are not properly defined. Like if I have to create a YouTube video, creating a YouTube video, if it is your to-do list, you will never be able to achieve that task because the task is not properly defined. To create a YouTube video is not a task, is the goal. The task in that is many, like if I have to break this into various tasks, first I have to decide the topic. That is the first thing you have to do, right? You can then prepare the thumbnail. You can write down the script what you are going to talk, then you do the PowerPoint and demonstration files, yeah, right? Like this, all this, if you break this down in a particular task list, then it is easy to do, just deciding the topic can be easy. But if you have that thing in mind that you have to create a video, then it will never be going to happen. Hope you understand that. So the problem in achieving any new thing, anything you are not doing right now and you are dreaming to achieve, is the definition is not proper. You don't have breakdown that in various parts. See, if I have to write any book, what I will do is, I will not think about publishing, marketing at this juncture. If I just have like publish a book, then I have not defined my goals properly. First I have to write a script or writing only, then editing, then publishing, then marketing, like likewise, right? So this is another example where you can have the list of breakdown task for a goal. Again, for a particular if you are doing for a new video, you can copy this list and you can fill up this form, right? For like that you have decided the topic or not, you can keep on writing this and you can save it, likewise. So there are many features. I'm not going in detail here, but you get an idea, right? And see, this system is such that you can implement in any way. One last thing I will try to show you is okay, here. See, if you and your team are working on a project, you can implement it like that only, like backlog. What are tasks in the backlog? See, if I'm doing this task, if it is done, if I'm right now doing it, I will write it in to do. I just drag and drop this task in to do thing. If I started working it, I keep it in progress. So each of the team member know what is in progress, what is in to do, what is in backlog. And if this thing is ready for a review, I will not email it to my leader for review, but I just keep it over here for review, right? So if the person reviews it and it has some questions, he will write it, he is pending, this is pending, he will write some comments. And what he will do is, once he is reviewed, he will again give it to my to-do list. So the team communication is so much reduced, you just have to drag and drop, each person has to drag and drop, and once this is complete, you can put it over here. So easy, right? So see, Trello, I have given you so many ways you can implement your process. See, this board also can be used, like you have various stages of the task and you can just jump on from one to another list so that team members know where the task is currently situated. So Trello, there are many alternatives, Asana, Todoist, and many others. I cannot list down in a single slide as well. So you should implement some task management software at least for your team. This will, smoothen the process. It will have less communication. You will have more work done in less time, right? And see, while implementing this, this is one of the recent tool I recommend to people is, see, there is always resistance in implementing a new tool. Like team don't have a habit of opening Trello every time. So how you can, then this is the alternative. This is the Taskade. This is the Chrome add-in called Taskade. So you open a new tab in Chrome. If Chrome is the main browser, this is really handy. This it is currently blank because I'm not using it, but this always come as default. So this is how you should structure your workflow, that it comes in automatically in the process. uh, Trello, you have to do sign in, but Taskade comes in your Chrome window itself. So you should consider all these aspect as well, that it can be easily implemented in your workflow. The person is in the, come in the communication of that very easily. So next is files management, very important. So this is another topic which will take, like many hours to give understanding about it, but I'm giving you some basic files management techniques. So first of all is you should create some basic folder structure and you should follow it. And when I say folder structure, it should be such that it is across the tools you are using. For information management, if you are using Evernote, whatever folder structure you have there, it should be same in your files management. It should be same in your task management software, right? Then only it will be a very smooth process. You should devise a really good file naming strategy, and that is really important. In one client's folder you have many PDF files, so if you are searching for one file, you have to open 5 files to decide which files are currently you are in requirement of. So this should never be the case. As soon as the new file is created or downloaded, it should be properly named, and this is the important. You should give as much metadata. The file name can be as long as possible. It should have all the metadata, the year, what client it is, GST or income tax, whatever metadata is important to you for decision making, it should be in the name. Also, as I told you, you should do the naming, for example, as you go, not like 5,000, 6,000 files at a time. It is never going to happen. If you are not doing as soon as you are creating or downloading a new file now, then remember friends, it will never be possible to do at a later stage, right? So that is the key here. You should use a cloud-based storage like Dropbox or Google Drive, so the file sharing can be easy. And there are many benefits, you name it. There can be version history of that. Like if in Excel file I have all the previous version available to me, so I can download it if the file is corrupted or I want to go to a back version. The Dropbox gives that facility, right? So there are many things you can do. See, this particular is file directory statistic. A file directory statistic gives you, I will give you one demo about that. Okay, it seems uninstall at my end, but what it does is, if you have to see the folder properties each time, like you don't figure out which folder contains the maximum memory in your file structure, so you do it every time. But here with this application, you can have a list of the memory usage by each folder, so you don't have to do it again and again, right? Next is, important is service management to your client. It should be in an automated fashion. So basically you can implement a CRM or a ticketing system. You see many big organizations have this ticketing system. It's one email you give, like one email you shoot to support at company.com, and an automated ticket number is given, and all communication happens in that one ticket only. So this law firm which I'm talking about use this Salesforce. See, one thing we have in mind is that these CRMs are for only marketing and stuff, but it is not that. The Salesforce, they have customized in such a way that they are using it in as a practice management tool, law practice management tool. So you should have some basic, even Freshdesk is a good ticketing system you can implement, which is free of cost. So this is the future, guys. If you are want to have better service management, automated one, and where you can track stuff and stuff, so you can have CRM or ticketing system you can implement, right? Email management, again a topic which can run into multiple hours at least, but I will give you some examples for basic email management. And first is, you should never, even if you are using Gmail, you can configure that Gmail account in your Outlook rather than accessing it in a browser based access. There are many benefits to it. You should start using Outlook. In Outlook you can rename email subject. Sometimes some emails you get, the subject is not proper, that you understand what it contains, but you can rename the email subjects with keywords in Outlook. Always, clear your inbox, don't check it, whatever you have to do for that email. See, what is the problem you are must be facing? Some important email you get that you have to do something on that email subject, right? So you checked it in the morning and you just see it and that kept into your mind, right? So but it will be in your mind next time you there will be many emails before after that, and you will might forget that thing. So you just check the email when you are able to take some small actions, because see, sometimes the task required or request in the email it's just 1 or 2 minutes, but you keep it in mind for such a long time that it hampers your productivity. So you check only your inbox when you are available, and don't just check it. Whatever is needed you do it, or you make a task for yourself that you have to do this at this particular time. You should make an entry in your calendar in your task management tool that this task you have to do at this time. Either you can just now do it whatever is required in that email. You can mark it as waiting on that, some information is waiting from the client or authority or something. You can archive it. If this is only an information, you can archive it, or you can delete it, if it is not important you can just delete it. Also in quick outlook you can have quick steps. That is basically a macro. With click of that, 3-4 steps will be taken for that particular email, so that is really important. You can implement it based on your usage. It's very easy, you can do a YouTube search and find about quick steps in Outlook. You should unsubscribe from unwanted mail services so that your email inbox is not full of those emails which are not necessary. Also, you can have nowadays read receipt tracking with Chrome extensions like Strict. And how it is important, if you are dealing with a new client or a new team member you are onboarding, so you can gauge the interest of the client or team member. Okay, let me just check the chat here. Yes, please.
Sir, in Outlook, can we do this mail merge option?
Oh, yes, we can do.
So what happens is we can do with gmail.com, but when we try with iciclt.org, so we are not able to do mail merge.
Mail merge in Outlook, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will share you one article on that.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later on.
Yes.
Okay.
So see, the read receipt is important when you have to gauge the interest about what is the like if the person is constantly opening your offer email, whatever you have given the invoice or some quotation or something, the benefit to you is that they are considering your offer. You are having that extra information, right? So you can enable read receipt in your Chrome to track the read receipts, right? So see, before you have all these junk emails you have, but after you should have all this categorized email. It is your done task or your waiting on task or your archive task emails like that, right? So this is the ideal feature, ideal picture you have after implementing this basic email management practices, right? Now, next is communication management. As I told you, the communication with the team should never be on WhatsApp or even email, right? So you can have a simple, some free tool like Slack, where you have even one-to-one communication within the team, or you can create channels like your GST team. You can create a GST channel, so messages to those are accessible through all the team members, right? So there are many other apps as well, but you can implement something for your communication with your within your team. And what it is does, your attention of your team is also not extracted to those WhatsApp thing, because they know in WhatsApp, see why they are checking WhatsApp during the work hours is they are expecting some messages from you or your client in Slack, in your WhatsApp, right? So you remove that from the picture itself. Slack can be accessible from mobile or even in the browser. So they know that WhatsApp is never the work tool that you are using as a team, and it will save a lot of time and increase your productivity as a team, right? So now let me really quickly cover some miscellaneous tools which are also small tools but which are very important, like your password management. I never write a password in my browsers. It's all automated with this LastPass Chrome extension. I have to log in any new website. Like, I will give you one demo. Although I am just giving for income tax, but I know for income tax you have the softwares, but I'm just giving you an example. Like, I have hundreds of password for each. Like, this 7 is coming from the LastPass. See, LastPass is giving me this automated filled up. Any new website any website you visit, I have this passwords. So you can see my world. All my passwords are here, so I don't have to type it, and it is a really time saver. All my password, you can see there are 221 unorganized, business related, education related, emails, entertainment, finance, and others. There are many of them. So everything is here. And what is the benefit? You must have come across situation where the utilities or website you are using less, you forget the password, and you will spend 2 minutes in doing the reset password thing. So it will save the time there. Every time you don't have to write ID and password. And even you can launch new website from if I have to log in for, say, example. And yeah, it can be also shared with your team. This is shared from my client, for example. So if I have to, okay, see, from here I can also launch this thing. Evernote with logged in, it will also log in to my account. See, we are now in my account without doing anything, without writing ID and password. And see, you will say that we have that in your Chrome as well. Chrome also save your passwords, but the problem is it's not across devices. This LastPass is my mobile, in my other devices as well. So whatever I save in my this laptop is accessible through my mobile and other stuff. Even a Chrome password can be deleted. When you clear history and stuff, it is automatically deleted. But here, LastPass will be there always, yeah, right? So you should implement password manager. It will save a lot of time, right? See, basically what we are trying to do is, time is our commodity as a service provider, right? And we have very limited amount of time, and we want to save as much as we can with all these tools. And remember, when you implement it, it might take a little bit of your efforts at first, like you add this password. And better part is, it's really intuitive and very easy to implement. When you install this LastPass and you access new website, you enter new ID and password, it automatically pops up whether you want to save this new ID and password. So initially it might take some learning curve, some implementation time, but it is the process you are creating which will give you result for longer period of time. And see, a tool like Evernote, you start building information, there might not be returns, but it's like SIP. You keep on investing time in those tools, and later on, after 6 months, you will start getting returns in terms of saving of time. So this is also should be kept in mind, right? So this is the password manager. Another small tool is Calendly, which is for appointment booking. So this will create a link you can share to your client where they can book either a physical or a virtual meeting. So they don't, call you for fixing an appointment. They just know from your calendar that when you are available. It gives a lot of feature. You can have, only some blocks available for booking and stuff, but this is one way you can remove yourself from the process, right? Screencastify and TechSmith Snagit is helpful when you are training your team on a one task. You can record it. Nowadays, recording you have many options, but I use Screencastify Chrome extension, so I don't have to do it again and again when new team member is there, or the trained staff forget one step, they can access the video and learn it, right? So this you can implement. Okay, so these are again other tools, and this CLCL is nothing but a clipboard manager. And believe me, friends, this is the smallest utility, but it can save up to 2 to 3 hours of your time. I will tell you how. See, what CLCL do is a clipboard manager. So basically, whatever I copied is kept for my record. Currently I have set it to kept it up to 100 records. So whatever from morning I have kept, like this is the meeting ID we are currently in. This is the password. So if I have to use it again, I don't have to go to email and access it, right? And I can even create templates. Like this is the standard message I have to give to some of my clients. So I have that in as a template, right? Uh, this is the macro I use frequently for my Excel work. So this is in my template, you can see, right? So many things will be there, but basically what it does is, whatever you copy, it will kept as a clipboard manager, and you can do a lot of stuff. In the morning you might have copied some item, but it will be there in the afternoon. Yesterday I have done like for this pen card some work, it will be there. You have copied it and you can again use it whenever you want it. Up to 100 items. Also you can change the settings for that. Here you can change the settings, like how many items you want to keep. Currently it's 100, as I told you. You can make it even 50, or you can make it 500 even, right? You can change the shortcuts and stuff from here, right? So I don't have to worry that my copied items are gone. It will be always be there. There are many benefits of that. Once you implement it, you will learn it how helpful it is. Also, you can have a dual monitor setup like I have right now. This is my laptop, but I have a side screen as well where I can manage stuff. It is a really productivity booster for someone who has to do some task like seeing one email instruction and doing it on the main screen. You don't have to press Alt Tab every time. It will be in one screen. You can do task in another screen, right? So it's very helpful if you implement it. It's really a productivity booster. Also, whenever you are upgrading to new hardwares, always try to have SSD instead of HDD. It will save a lot of time in booting, opening the files or programs, right? Phrase Express is the auto expander. I'm not giving demo right now, but it's really helpful if you implement it. And nowadays Zoom is everyone of us nowadays is using it very often because of the corona. We have the opportunity of implementing this. See, now this is the example which I'm saying. Everyone is now using Zoom because everyone is using it, so I have to use it. This is the mentality. But you should implement other softwares as well. You can have a backup of your system image. See, when I say system image backup, it is not your files backup I'm talking about. System image, what it does is, it gives you opportunity to, like you, if your laptop is or PC is crashed, you can install this system image file, and all your programs and all whatever you install will be there once you restore this system image, right? You can install virtual clone drive. If you don't have CDs in your hardwares, you can use virtual clone drive. Like you can have ISO image of the CD, and you can open, load that ISO image to virtual clone drive. See, all these tools in this slide can be used with the help of a software or IT guy. But I'm just giving you what is the possibilities. See, VMware is nothing but you can open various version of Windows within this PC through VMware. So I'm just giving you an idea, so that you know that these are the possibilities nowadays. So I think this is what I have already covered, or whatever I have to cover in this presentation for practice management. I am sure that you have a lot of questions. I'm ready to answer it all of them. And if you have any question and answer later on, you can contact me on these details. With this, I thank you all the participant, again the Kozhikode branch and the managing committee for taking so much efforts in organizing the webinars and stuff. Yeah, so let us go for questions from you.
So
Yeah.
members can either type in the chat box or can unmute and ask the
Yes.
questions if you have any questions. So, I think no questions are seen.
Yeah. Okay. But later on also, if you have any question, you
Yeah, we
can.
have noted your contact
Yes.
details. I will share with the members.
Yes. And I will email you the PDF of this presentation as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful presentation on the eve of International SMP Day.
Yeah.
So we'll try to have a face-to-face meeting once everything comes to normalcy.
Yes. Yes.
So
Definitely.
now may I call upon our member Sachin Shashidharan to extend vote of thanks.
Okay. There is one question
Yeah,
where.
please take on. After that,
Yeah.
yeah, please.
See, basically, one app which I would like to implement is the notes management app, which is Evernote or OneNote. You can implement. You should start exploring this. This is the one of the underrated thing in our practice as a small and medium enterprises. See, I have worked with Big Four as well, and in Big Four they name it differently. They don't have this ready-made tailor. They have their tailor-made applications, but they keep all the data of the client, all the information of the client, like who is the contact person, what are the processes in one particular system. And that is their key. What whoever is doing that one audit, they don't need to be the same person. It will be the another person next time, but they have the processes written down in their systems. So this is the one of the knowledge bank, I would say, you should start building. And it is really really helpful in, I cannot stretch the importance of this, but this is really important. And once you start using it, you will understand what are all features available, whatever you can achieve with this Evernote application, right? See, I will tell you one story about Evernote as well. How I learned about this Evernote is through my one of the client in US. He was fan of Evernote, and he told me, in 6 months or so, he told me twice or thrice that you should start using Evernote. And I was not no too much excited about it because I don't know what are the benefits. And one day I have to do it just because to retain the client, that the client don't feel bad that I'm not implementing his suggestion. So that is how I started in, I think, 2016 or 17 16 maybe. And then after 5 or 6 months, I started realizing how important it is to have a notes management app like Evernote. So see, today you might not understand it, or you might not see all the benefits, but I would still recommend to start at least using it, inputting some information, maybe through mobile, your PC, web clipper, emailing it to Evernote, or you can have IFTT applets, and you will start seeing what benefits you have with all this compiled in one place, right? See, next is task management, right? And in this also, see this whether Trello or Asana, it can be so much customized to your need that you can't even imagine. They are just giving you the basic structure. You can play it along, right? You can design it with your workflow. As I told you, 2 3 examples, right? And next is file management is you can start using Dropbox. Even it is a paid thing, but it is really helpful. Even again, I cannot stretch this thing. I will give you one example here if possible. See, this is my real life example I'm giving now. So this is my client's file, right? And this is the version I have for one of the systems I have created for my client, right? And this is very advanced macro enabled workbook, right? So this is the stuff, right? I'm not giving you the what it does, but the problem is if this files goes corrupt for some reason, right? So what I will do is I will just right click and I will see restore previous versions. Oh no, it is a Windows based. Okay, I will go to Dropbox, view on Dropbox. Yes, view on Dropbox.com, and it will have all the versions I have, and I can restore a previous version from there. So this is the benefit of having Dropbox as a tool. It's just not file sharing and setting up it in the cloud, but you can do a lot of stuff here. See, version history, which I'm talking about right now. So this file have this many versions stored on various days, like this day I have done a lot of change, maybe June 16. Previous to that I have done might have, so I can restore any of this, right? I can restore any of these in my Dropbox. I'm not doing right now because it will this current version will go to backdated version, but this is version history will be there, and sometimes it is really helpful. Even your deleted files can be again restored for up to 30 days. So if someone deletes some files by mistake, you can restore it. So I'm just telling one thing I've done very nicely is all important files are always in the desktop. I hope you know that, right? So what I've done is the desktop path I have changed it to Dropbox. So my desktop, you can see, is my desktop is in Dropbox itself. So what it helps in my like I have structured, I have changed the desktop location to Dropbox location so that all my desktop files are also in Dropbox. So hope you understand the importance of that, right? So the thing is, all these tools are just knowing the names is not only the solution. You should start implementing it, structuring it, modifying it to your need, and you should learn it more and more about it. So but first you have to start at some place. This is some advanced applications like this Salesforce I told you. See, all these nowadays, whether you take QuickBooks, Microsoft, Google application, there are always add-ons available. So let me go to a browser. And Salesforce is, someone will understand, it's a marketing tool only because it says Salesforce, it's a CRM, right? But with this add-on Litify, which is built an add-on on Salesforce for practice management for law firm, you just implement it, you can customize it, and you can have world class, you can upscale your business. What is the difference between a multi MNC and a small firm? It's that we don't adopt technology, but nowadays it's very easy to adopt. So they implement Litify, and now it's very easy to manage their practice. Like they generate various reports, like when is the hearing of various cases, What is the preparation needed for various case, low case, right? The various deadlines are there, deposition and stuff, peculiar to law firm. But the reports will be auto-generated in email so that the team knows what we need to prepare for each case, what is the timeline. So this is you can implement or start at least exploring. And these softwares can not only be used for your practice, but you can also suggest to your small and medium clients. If you learn it, you can also implement your client place, and this is a new service offering for you. So this is the CRMs which you can explore. Then we have talked about email management, basic tools, basic tips only I have covered because it's another topic in itself. The communication management, I told you, this is nothing but dedicated tool to communicate within the team, and it has also many features as I told you. Then password management, again, tiny tool but very important. This is a Chrome extension you can install, and it's a free of cost, right? And it's a secured. Another thing we worry about is that our password are saved with this LastPass, but see, Chrome is also a third party. If you are saving it in a Chrome, then it's also third party. It's not that it's inbuilt in your laptop. It's a third party, right? Calendly is important because no one has to call you to book an appointment. What I do is 4 to 6 p.m. that is the block I gave Calendly to take appointments of 15 minutes each. So if anyone has to book my appointment, they go there. They will have time availability of 4 to 6 only, and they can book a slot there, right? And I have rules that if someone has booked 4 to 4:15, the next 15 minutes should be blank. So next slot should not be then available because always meetings get stretched, right? So all these rules are there. A screencastify is important if you have to record a training, whatever you are giving training to your team. You can just click this button before giving that training, and it will record a video of all this screencast, whatever is going on the screen and what are you talking, so that they can refer it to at later stage when they are actually doing that task. Clipboard Manager CLCL is tiniest tool, but the most important tool. I cannot stretch. If you implement, I am sure you can save at least 1 hour in your time. There are many usage of it. One more example I will give you for your understanding for CLCL, so that you understand the importance. See, I'm just giving you one small example. You can, okay, I'm writing some numbers. So these are IPO applications number, for example, and I have to see if these IPOs are allotted in a web browser. So one thing I can do is, see, one thing I can do is I can copy this, then go to browser and input this over here and search for the IPO status, right? For example, this is not the right URL for checking the IPO status, but you get it, right? Then I will come here again, copy it, again do a search for that IPO status. Just assume that this is the IPO status tracker, right? Again, I will come here, copy another thing, go there, paste it. But CLCL, with CLCL, what I can do is copy, 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 right? I copied 6 times. I don't have worry about pasting because I know it will be saved. I come here, I go there and see this is the first entry because there were 6. So the first I search it, then again, I will search for second, wait again, I will search for third. Likewise, you see that? What is the importance of that? So with CLCL, the process is, alter tab is gone altogether from the picture. So whenever you are doing this kind of stuff, you copy, 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 and you then paste, 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 paste. Also, you can have templates, as I told you, for frequently used things, right? So this is important in that way. And another hardware wise, you can have dual monitor. It's an inbuilt facility. You just attach any monitor to your laptop or PC, and you can then have, like my display settings. If you see, I have two computers. You can see two screens, right? And that is the best way to have productivity for your team as well. If they are doing something like from PDF, they are entering something in tele. Sorry. Yeah, from PDFs, bank statements in one screen, and you are entering accounting in the tele. That is really time saver. And see, as I told you, why I'm doing time saving as a main motto is we have time very limited, right? Time is very limited, and that is our commodity. So whatever we can save it with better, better processes, better systems, we should do it, right? SSD is a new type of hard disk, you can say, newer technology with faster performance, and there is no vibration. And the damage, which is caused through HDD, is not done to SSD very easily. So you can implement it. Zoom nowadays we are using it. Phrase Express is a kind of text expander. Whatever text you are using quite frequently, like for example, see the email ID I have tried a lot of time. So with Phrase Express, what I have done, whenever I write @DJP, it expands to my this email address. So with text expander, you can do stuff like that. That is very time saver as well. Then some IT related thing is there. The system image backup is really important. VMware is important if you are sometimes you have to do like your Java, you Java, you have various version. For MC you have various settings. For income tax and GST you have various settings. So you can have VMware where you can open a new Windows within Windows, and you can use it. So that is the tools basically we have discussed it today.
Dhawal sir,
Yes.
so I understand that you are expert in Excel tools for business process. So
Yes.
maybe we can have some series of seminars, maybe in the month of July or according to your convenience for the benefit of members.
Yes, definitely we can have. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So assume that there are no more doubts or any clarification from members. So we'll move to winding up session. I call upon Sachin to extend vote of thanks. Over to Sachin.
Respected members, a very good afternoon to all. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks to all. I would like to thank faculty of the day, CA Dhawal Paun sir, who honored this session with his vast knowledge in technologies and so many tools. It was really helpful, and I'm sure many of the members will be using this in their offices and in many clients. I would like to thank each and every members for actively participating in this session. And once again, thanks to all on behalf of Calicut branch of ICA. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. The program is concluded here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll meet you in some other time. Okay.
Yes, sure, sir.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Have a nice day, sir.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you.